Well, today I want to talk about tires. The reason I'm talking about tires is because today I'm getting 4 new tires installed on my Lucid Air 2023 Lucid Air Pure with all-wheel drive. And my car has about 27,000 miles on it. Now, I want to start out by saying that even though I love to talk about everything great about an EV, there is one thing that is a bit of a negative that, got to be honest here, tires don't last very long on EVs. EVs, especially heavier luxury models like my Lucid, tend to go through tires faster than gas cars. It's just a fact. It's a fact with all EVs. The reason they do is because there's a lot of extra weight. EVs are heavy, and the bigger the battery size you have in your car, the heavier the car is. So that is going to be an additional factor that needs to be considered if you're looking at buying an EV. If you buy an EV with a huge battery, you're going to be paying not only for that battery, but it's also going to cost you in wear on tires because they're just carrying a lot of weight. There's also the fact that they have a lot of torque off the line. So those things really add up to wear and tear on tires, and even the regenerative braking that my car has, and most all EVs have that now, is when you take your foot off the accelerator, the car automatically slows down to put energy back into the battery. So it makes the car much more efficient, but all of these things will create more tire wear, and it all adds up. So don't expect to get 50,000 miles on a set of tires on an electric car. I just don't think you're going to find that's possible. Typically in the past, the cars that I've owned, the gas cars, I've gotten probably 40, 50,000 miles on the tires. Well, now mine at 27,000, it is time for new ones. You know, the other thing too is that many new cars, my Lucid included, does not come with a spare tire. I do carry a can of instant repair that, you know, if I did need it, it might get me to a place where I can get a tire fixed or replaced if I have a blowout. But it is a fact that most new cars now, I think many new cars now, do not come with spare tires. So I'm less inclined to take a chance on my tires. I want to make sure that I don't get stuck someplace by not having good tires on the car. So I'm being a little more conservative here with my Lucid than I would be with my other cars, because I do know that they are susceptible to additional forces that you don't have with a gas car. You know, many EV owners report 20 to 30,000 miles, and that seems to be the max they're getting out of the tires on their cars. So I kind of fall into that category. It's exactly where I am today. EVs also use tires that are designated for EVs, and the reason they're designated for EVs is because they do have special tread compounds that reduce the rolling resistance. So you get better efficiency with the tire because they're using a different compound in them to have less resistance. Sometimes they even put foam inserts to reduce cabin noise. Now the tires that came with my car are Michelin's, and they did have the foam inserts. They came factory with those in them. The new tires I'm getting today at Costco, they don't have, same tire without the foam inserts. And I did a little research on that, and the difference in the noise is almost imperceptible in the car with or without that foam. There is a difference, but it's just so small. Hearing at my age, it probably won't make any difference. I'm not really too concerned about it. car is extremely quiet, as EVs are, and so you do tend to notice noises that you probably wouldn't hear if you're in a gas car. But hopefully I'm not going to notice a difference between having those foam inserts and not having them. But these are the same tires, Michelin's. The front and rear are different size, the same tires that I purchased on the car, or when I got the car, 20-inch tires. So I'll share my Costco cost on this so that you can kind of get an idea of what you're going to be spending every 25,000 miles probably. I paid $1,869 for 4 tires, and that's mounted and balanced, and new tire sensors. Costco includes that with a new tire package, so there was an additional cost on that. But figure it's going to cost me a couple $1,000s for tires every 25,000 miles. That's a lot of money, but on the other hand, I'm not paying for gas. I'm paying very little for electricity. I don't pay for any other maintenance. There's no oil changes. There's no tune-ups. There's no filters that are being changed. It's actually been in that 27,000 miles zero expense out of my pocket, other than buying electricity. And the electricity where I happen to live here in eastern Washington is extremely cheap. It's all hydroelectric. It's 100% renewable power that we have here. And it's very cheap because they built the dams here in eastern Washington to supply power to other locations, even down into California. They send it through the transmission grid, and they can get a high price for it down there. And part of that agreement in building the dams was they'd give power very inexpensively, almost free. 2.7 cents per kilowatt hour is what I pay here. So it's almost free here in Chelan to charge my car. So even though I'm spending the $2,000 for new tires, I'm okay with it. It is part of owning the EV, and the tires, I probably could have gotten another 5,000 miles out of them without a problem, but I do twice a year drive down to California on back highways out in the desert, and I'm getting ready to make my trip heading south here soon, and I didn't want to do it with tires that were marginal. So it is one of the hidden costs of EV ownership, replacing your tires. And they are really, really important that you get a good quality tire that is designed for an EV. You can maybe save a few bucks by going with a tire that that is for gas cars, but the ones that are specially built for EVs will save you in efficiency too. So there's a payback there, but they also can handle. They're designed to handle the weight of the car, and safety is such an important thing that I'm not going to compromise on, and nor should you. You don't want to do that. But I'm going to be heading to Costco here pretty quick. I have an appointment with them, and I'm going to give you an update after that appointment to let you know how everything went. I've always had a great experience at Costco. It's my favorite place to shop. It's really the only place I normally shop, and I know that whatever they do it's good quality, and I expect the best, and I know that's what I'm going to get. So I'll finish up this video as soon as I get back with my new tires and talk to you about it. So let's go. Well, I'm back from Costco, and everything went just great. It was get in, get out. It took about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes for them to install the tires just like they said it would. It was just a easy peasy thing to do. So real happy with Costco. They stand behind their work too, and that certainly means a lot when you buy something from Costco. You know that if you're not happy, they're going to take care of you. But I am happy. The tires are great. One of the things I was concerned about with these tires was whether, because they didn't have that foam insert I was talking about in the tire to suppress noise. And you know, I couldn't tell any difference at all. Actually, these tires sounded quieter to me driving home. And I think the reason for that may be because they have more tread, so there's more, less slapping on the pavement or better airflow through the tires is my assumption, or it could be my imagination. But anyway, they sounded great, and I'm glad to get new tires on there. It's going to make me a lot more comfortable, not worrying about it. And I did beat the big challenge that you always have when you go to Costco. If you have an hour to spare and you go into Costco, it's hard not to spend a lot of money. And you know, I managed to spend less than it cost me for the tires in the hour that I had wandering around in there. So that was a win for me. You know, it's hard not to run into something you just have to have. So anyway, I'm real happy, and I hope that I explained enough a little bit about tires. It's something I'm going through. Just wanted to share the experience with you, and it's just going to be $2,000 every 25 to 30,000 miles, and that's just the way it is, and I can live with that, and I think it's worth it. Anyway, thank you for joining me again, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you subscribe and hit the little bell, you'll get notified when I drop another video. And subscribing costs nothing. It's something where you can do that for free, and it just gives you a chance to follow my feeds, my video feeds that I do here. So I hope you'll do that. Thank you again for joining me, and hope you're enjoying life after 70. I am. Thank you. Bye.